Alrighty, so we're back working on the shit box. Haven't been able to do anything to it over the last few days because Perth's had some awesome wet weather for the last week, I guess, pretty much since last weekend. Plus I've been at work, so it's been hard to find time to do anything. It's been good to be able to have a bit of a break from it though. But update since the last video, the interior, after being on the end of the vacuum for fucking 2 hours, and still not being happy with it, I ended up just changing the carpets out. I took the carpet out of the other car and ended up just putting it into this. This carpet was, oh, it's mint, as you can see. It's got a bit of dust in it now because I was just out the back hosing out the door jambs, getting all the crud out of there. But yeah, it's come up awesome. So the only thing to do in here now is just clean up the last few bits. Like I've got to change over the steering wheel. This one's been chewed out by, looks like they're those people that let the dogs drive the car, so the steering wheel is completely fucked. Clean up the gear shifter, just make it look pretty. The cluster's a bit dusty and grimy, and change out the dash mat. I may get a new one, we'll see how we go. Still going to change the dash, the whole dash assembly, but for now I'm hoping that dash mat might just cover it up for now. But yeah, just got to get the driver's seat back in. I've got to change over the runners because the seat that's going in, the runners are bent from the accident that it had. So we'll do that today, get that back in. And yeah, all the interior is pretty much done. The only thing left to do after that will be change over the door cards, because these ones will either be going in the bin or put them on marketplace. But they're easy, they can be done anytime really. They can be done when it's all back together. This is the seat that's staying in here. So that's the back seat now. I ended up selling the old front seats, so they're gone, which gave me a little bit of money back, which is always good. So yeah, interior is coming along. Now this morning I just degreased all the engine bay and hosed it all out. Come up really good. Nothing fancy, just a bit of degreaser and high pressure hose. Got a lot of the crap out, so now I'm just going to make it look pretty. I got most of all the real major dirt out of there. Come up pretty good for what it was. Yeah. But now all I do is I just use this tyre shine stuff. People laugh at this stuff, but I don't give a shit. It looks good. Just this stuff from Super Cheap. I just bomb it on pretty much everything, and yeah, it looks alright. So I just spray it over everything. Don't be scared. All the plastics, pretty much everything. I'm almost out, but this should be enough in this can to do everything. When it sits, once it's sat, I just use a rag and just wipe off all the excess, but just leave it on for a good hour or so, let it soak in. Yeah, it turns out pretty good. So I'll give it a spray and see how it looks later. So I just gave everything a spray, all the metal, all the radiator support, everything. Don't be scared to use it. It's just silicone based stuff, so nothing major. And then I just get some on a clean rag, so I've just soaked that with the stuff and then just wipe off all the excess. And it comes up looking pretty clean. And then it's just a matter of maintaining it after that. Give it all a wipe down. And now it's all ready to go back together. Done all the radiator support as well with the tyre shine. Makes it look pretty. It's come up really good really, considering it was pretty grotty. Bit of degreaser, some water and some tyre shine and a rag. You're good to go. Cost about $10, not even that, to clean up. Might change these out, the ones off the other car are better than those. But little things like that I'll do when it's all completely back together. But for now, time to put some headlights in. Alrighty, let's get the headlights in. Well, the new headlights look fucking sick. Got one in. The other one I've test fitted, it's all good. I can't fit it yet because I've got to put the guard on because the top bolt for the headlight goes through the guard as well. So I've got to do that now. Had to go and straighten out that little piece there, just with the hammer, just tapped it lightly and that's all good. So time to put the guard on. Slowly coming together. Luckily I had some spare globes for the headlights because I didn't get any with the new ones and I didn't think to buy any, so Luckily I had a full set lying around, and some brand new indicators, so they're nice and amber like they should be. So also another thing I've got to figure out is the horn. The horn's not working for some reason. It's got some dodgy aftermarket wiring going on, so I don't think it'll be too hard to fix. One on the other car definitely works because I've tested it, so I think we might get that sorted before we put that guard on. Just changed over the horn from the wreck. That was a pain in the ass to get out because the front's all squashed up. So let's see, come on baby. Beautiful. That's another thing off the list. So I've got the horn working, like I said, and I went to put the guard on, but I realised I didn't have the little plastic trim thing that goes there. It's on the other car out the back, so I've got to go get that, but it's fairly well pissing down. So I just thought while I was here, I haven't been happy with the way this door sits since I put it on. It wasn't lined up very well, so I just played around with that with the 10mm bolts, loosened off the 6 bolts. All I did was put a rag in where the door jamb is, just the yellow cloth. This one here, folded that in half, put it in where the door jamb is, and then closed the door over it so it was sitting on that rag, which gave it some lift. Tightened up the bolts again, and now it's opening and closing beautifully. So happy with that. So another little job done. Just little things like that, trying to clean up all those little loose ends. So yeah, I'll wait till the rain stops and then we'll get this guard on. Got a break in the weather, so I ran out the back and grabbed this off the other car. So I've already sat the guard on while it was raining. I thought I might as well get it on. I've got all the bolts in, so now I've just got to get this up in there. They're all loose, nothing's tight. It's all loose. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get this trim in and then I can tighten it all up. Headlights are all in, new globes everywhere. So it's all looking good now. Now we just got to get the bumper on. I ended up realigning the driver's door again because the guard didn't line up very nicely. There was a massive big gap between the guard and the door. So I think I've got it a bit better now, a bit more even. That door's not closed properly, so you can't really... So it's a bit more even now. But yeah, ready to put the bumper back on. So let's get into that. I've just polished up the top of the bumper where the headlights will sit, where I won't be able to get in with some polish. It's come up really nicely. Looks pretty good. Good enough anyway. And these epoxy fucking bumper stoppers, I've gone to put the bumper on twice now and forgot to put them on, so finally got them on. Also I forgot to put the trim on for the bumper on the guard there, but I found one in the shed. So that's on now. Headlights are in. So now we can finally fit the bloody bumper. Ew. And she's on. Looking pretty good with those new headlights. They were supposed to go in my car, but truck. I've probably already got a buyer for this car, so I might as well leave them on this car. Sell them with some new parts. I'll get the fog lights. I'll order those and get them. But I could put them in later. I don't think they're going to hold me up at the pits or anything. So it's coming up really clean now. Outside, cosmetically, I've just got to give it a wash and a polish. But I think we're almost there. I've got to get underneath and give it a good once over with the high pressure hose, but that's for another day. And clean up the wheels. But I will be putting these wheels on anyway. So they're not going to hold me up. Nearly there. So I ran into a bit of a hiccup putting it all back together. The bonnet catch that I had is completely shagged. I was hoping it might still work, but yeah, it's not gonna. So I've got one lined up for tomorrow to go and pick up. So I've scored one of them locally, which is good. Just did a little test polish bit here on the guard. I don't know if you can see, that's where I did it by hand. That's what it was like. So I've got a bit of work to do, but I'll be doing it with the polisher, not by hand. So the body's going to come up really nice. Just a bit of work, but hey. So I've just disconnected the battery because I'm going to take the airbag off. I'm going to take the steering wheel out and swap the steering wheel. And I'll do all these little bits and pieces while I'm waiting on a part. So that'll keep me busy. Fuck yeah. Now if you know me, you know I love winter and I love the rain. But when I'm trying to do shit, it's fucking annoying. So I'm going to drive this car around to the wreck. That way I'm a bit closer. I'm sitting on the key, I think. And we'll do it at the back. Keys in my pocket. That's handy. Alright, we'll start this baby up. It's got that horrible line in the stereo. Yuck.
He's burnt text with the handball back. I think that said as well, what it must be in the.
Alright, let's go. I think nothing's behind us, I don't think. So the wreck is over here. I love the dash in these cars. I fucking hate pitbull though. Right, so here's the wreck. So I'll just pull up here and we'll get the steering wheel out of that one and chuck it in this one. Because this is horrible. Yeah, I pulled up and it literally just stopped raining. So I'll disconnect the battery. The battery's fucked, it's got no charge in it, but it's just enough to turn the gauges on and test everything out, but it won't start the car. Not that it can start. Just get that closed. A makeshift job of keeping it dry, which didn't work very well. Alright, so here's the other steering wheel. It's in a lot better condition than that piece of shit, but we've got a popped airbag, so we'll get that off pretty easy. You just got two where are they? Can't get to them, but they're just, I think they're a T, what was it, 30? Yeah, two T30 Torx bolts to get the airbag off, so we'll do that starting to rain again. Alright, so we just got the two bolts out. This should just pop off like that. Just got to disconnect the airbag and the horn. There's just two little plugs. Might be able to film. See how we go. Just squeeze the little sides. Come on, bitch. No, I'm gonna have to put the camera down. So we just ended up destroying those terminals. They would not come out no matter what I did. I know you just got to squeeze the sides. I've recently did the ones in my car. I put some new cruise control buttons in. They came out easy, but these ones would not budge. So that's fine. We're not using it again anyway. I'm pretty sure that's just part of the clock spring, so whatever. Now we just got to get this T50 bolt out to get the rest of the steering wheel out. So hopefully it's not too fucking tight. Let's see. Oh, fuck yeah. I might have to put the camera down on it. Happy days. Let's get that out and see how we go getting the wheel off. So we got the bolt out. Now hopefully, I'm gonna have to put the camera down, but you just give this a bit of a bang on each side and they just pop off. But I'll put the camera down, get it off. There it is, came off real easy. A couple of bangs either side, keep it nice and even and just give it a wiggle and slide straight off. No need for any pulley or anything like that, like you do on the old school cars. They've got a square shaft instead of a spline shaft. If you have a look, well, you can't really see, but it's got a square keyway instead of the splines, so they don't really get caught up like the old steering wheels do. But yeah, so now we're going to get the other one off, swap them over. Now we're quickly running out of light. I've taken these plastic trims off that other car as well. These are in way better nick. I can clean the other ones up, but these are really good. So I'll just put them on, just give them a wipe over, and they can go straight on. And I'll hang on to the others as spares. So we'll go back out the front. Got the steering wheel. Haven't changed it over, but we'll go back out the front and might get it changed over before it gets too dark. Shouldn't take long. So it's getting dark now, so I'm gonna have to call it a day. I think I'll just get this quickly changed over. Won't take long. But yeah, that's how the connectors are supposed to come out of the airbag. These ones came out like they should. For some reason, the ones in that other car were stuck. But yeah, and yeah, this steering wheel has definitely seen better days. But yeah, we'll just connect the cruise control. No, this is the cruise control buttons here, and then we'll get this wheel off. Well, that went pretty smooth. Got the steering wheel all on. Only took about 10 minutes. I cleaned up around the clock spring because it was covered with dust and hair like everything else was on this car. Just got to put in the 2 little Torx screws to hold the bag on, but I'll do that tomorrow when I got some light. So yeah, that's it for today, and we'll come back at it tomorrow. Whew. Rig.